Come on in, good people. Come on in. As y'all come in, let me know if y'all can hear me. When y'all come in, let me know if y'all can hear me. Yeah. Let me let people know. Ooh. What up? Okay, my wife said it sounds good. Y'all come on in, come on in. How y'all doing? I just commented on this post where Lala was shouting out Christina Taylor for doing her thing this weekend. Let's go. The Sons of Faith's anniversary. This was her first time, I think, doing project management, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to her. Shout out to the Sons of Faith. What's good from Dayton, Ohio? What's up, Michael? Shout out to everybody who was at the Sons of Faith anniversary. I saw some clips. Gang, gang. Connie, what's goody? Quincy, what up, bro? Y'all, the Sons of God just dropped the single today, so y'all go check that out. Wow, appreciate that, Darren. Wow, man, appreciate that, man. Shout out to the Quartet family. Y'all, it's a shift happening. Marcus, what up? It's a shift happening in the Quartet world, yo. I know we all can feel it, we all can see it. Jordan was good. And yeah, it's a wave, it's a vibe. And to all the artists that's listening right now, and to all the artists that's gonna see this later, one of the main things that I want to offer in this season, as Quartet is shifting, is that we as artists, specifically the artists I'm talking to now, not being afraid to be whoever you are. Whoever you are. Yes, sir, Quincy, I got you. Don't be afraid to be whoever you are. And I'm going to unpack that. As things begin to shift in the Quartet world, there are going to be different groups, different sounds that people gravitate to. And it's not going to be what we're used to, and it's probably not even going to be the groups we would have preferred, but it's going to be the ones that hear God, trust God, and do what's natural to them. There are a lot of groups that you are going to see that are going to be like, you know what? This ain't us. This ain't never been us. And we ain't finna keep doing this. There are chains breaking. There are systems being dismantled. There are people who once had positions of power that are either through age or through timing going to start to move out of the way. Move out of the way. So it's important that in this next wave and in this next season for Quartet artists, that you are not afraid to embrace who you really are. Not who you think people want to hear, not what you think gonna bust a house, but it's like sitting back and being like, all right, who are we? Who are we for real? Like not who are we copying some, like, no more watered down versions of something that already exists. No more revamping of something that's already been presented. It's like going to the drawing board with your team and being like, all right, who are we? What is our message? What is our message? What are we trying to say? Who have we been called to? Because the thing is, I know we love to say Quartet fans, and hey, Lala, what's up? And I know we love to say, I've heard people say, like, stick to the Quartet community, like, focus on the Quartet base. But right now, there ain't much of a Quartet base. And let me unpack that. There are people who love the music, and there are a handful of people that show up to the shows, but we need a revival. We need a renaissance. And in order for that to happen, different groups are going to be assigned to different sectors and pockets of people that will then all make up the collective. But it's like every group ain't supposed to talk to everybody. And I think that has been a misconception. That has been a misconception. So when you go to shows, everybody lineup got the same ebbs and flows because for some reason, I guess we have just been programmed to think that's what it should be. But like, as things begin to shift, hear ye, all Quartet groups that are listening. Seek God and talk to your group about who y'all are. Detach from old systems, detach from old mindsets, detach from what you think people want to hear. Because clearly you can look at, like, one thing about Norman on the Isaac Caree show made a lot of people upset. But he wasn't wrong when he said, look at the numbers. So clearly, to Norman's point, we should be doing something different. Is it dead? No. Do we need a revival? Yes. Do we need innovation? Yes. Do we need individuality? Yes. Do we need to be able to distinguish each group with our eyes closed? Yes. Should this keyboard player sound different than this keyboard player? Yes. Hey. It's like we need to get a shift is happening. And the groups that are going to lead the shift are the ones who are brave enough to be obedient to God and strong enough to accept the response of the people who once were. Because at the end of the day, sometimes we ignore God to avoid offending people. That's how things get stale. And it's like we have to, like, yes to God is going to mean I don't care what y'all talking about. Yeah. Saying yes to God may mean we don't even do drives. We don't even sing songs in that BPM because that's not what God has called us to do. And drives of that style is not a part of the sound that God has given us to reach the people that He has assigned us to. Saying yes to God may mean, man, we don't do traditional tearjerkers. We have a worship aesthetic, or we have sounds that God has given us that ain't gonna sound like that. It ain't gonna be that. That ain't us. But for so long, people think I won't get booked if I don't present myself in a package that the 5 people who are going to the shows are used to hearing. When there's a world out there that God has called us to that's beyond the 4 walls of a quartet gig, we have to, like, we say it in church all the time, like, we got to go beyond the 4 walls, like the highways and byways. It's like there is a expectation that so many OGs have of the youngins, and the youngins just fall into the expectation, and it has kept Quartet, if not backwards, very, very slow. Because I don't want to play us like that, but very, very almost backwards. And it's because people have not been brave enough to choose God over the OG's expectations. If they call you a loke, be a loke. Be a loke. Say yes to God, be a loke, and influence the world. Say yes to God, be a loke, change the world. Hey, if I got to be a loke to present to the people the sound that God has given me, I'm a loke. And that's fine. If I ain't singing booty bouncers, but lives are being changed, that's fine. If I ain't doing anniversaries and shows in Albany, but my group is taken care of, that's fine. That's fine. And the ones that are brave enough to say yes to God are going to lead the charge. And it's going to take consistency and dedication in the craft. And when I say craft, what do I mean? Learn presentation. Learn packaging. Learn songwriting. Learn production. Learn transitions. Learn the Bible. Know what you're saying, why you saying it, and who you saying it to. Yes, sir, Steve. It's like, okay, there may be a group out there that's called to men from the ages of 15 to 35. Know your audience. We can't just keep bunching everybody into a group of people. That ain't how it works. When a church is in a city and you got a pastor and a first lady and a ministerial staff and a music department, they serve the people that go to their church. And we have to think like that, like, okay, yo, the way we do what we do ain't gonna be for everybody. So instead of trying to be for everybody, let's go to God and back to the drawing board and figure out what are we doing and who we doing it for. Lord, help us. Because we sound like so-and-so and the so-and-so heirs, and ain't neither one of us making no real impact. Yes, Steve, you got to know it's like, and that's a That's that. Knowing who you've been assigned to is twofold. There's the spiritual side, and then there's the natural side. The spiritual side is, hey God, who do you want us to speak to? And what will you have us to say? Who do you want us to speak to? And what will you have us to say? Okay, that's the God part. And then the natural part is, who in this group can sing and who can't for real? Who need to be singing top? Who need to be singing bottom? Who need to become the equipment manager? Because at the end of the day, that's another thing we have to be honest about. In order to reach a certain level in artistry, there is a certain level of skill required. There is a certain level of gifting required. There is a certain level of grace required. There is a certain level of anointing required. So putting a group together and calling y'all selves so-and-so and the so-and-sos, that don't mean that you've been called to people. That just means you put a group together. And it's just like in business, like if you don't have a good product and a marketing strategy, your business is going to fail. And the market is going to prove to you that your business is not good because you ain't going to have no customers. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with a group. It's like, all right, yo, I know we put a group together, but are we even supposed to be a group for real? And what are we supposed to sound like? God, give us the songs, give us the sound, lead singers, background singers who are influential in the foundation of creation, producers. God, what will you have me to do? What will you have me to say? Producers that work with other with multiple groups, have meetings with groups, and then go in your prayer time and figure out, okay, God, I'm a producer that's producing multiple groups. Give me the wisdom, give me the sounds, give me the chords, give me the ideas to help differentiate these groups. You know what I'm saying, y'all? Serious up. There's definitely a shift happening. There's a shift happening in music, period. There's a shift happening in all of music. And it's like Quartet is a part of that. And it's like the next generation of Quartet groups that are going to lead the charge are the ones that are brave enough to say yes to God and present a sound that is not microwaved, regurgitated, or revamped. Of course, there will be influences, and of course, there will be inspiration. I'm not saying like you're going to come up with a new sound out of thin air. But what I am saying is the sound will be refreshing, even if it's influenced by groups of the past or even other genres. But it's like, y'all know what I'm talking about. We put 50 million breaks at the beginning of a song, and then the verse is Paul and Silas, and the vamp is Jesus. And that's our song. We got a Yellow Jackets intro, and then the verse is Paul and Silas, and the vamp is Jesus. Y'all can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that. Because although that may work in a gig setting, there's not many people at the gig, number one. There's not that many people at the gig. And number two, outside of the context of Quartet programs, those songs won't resonate because you ain't spent time with God to write them. You just pull from different stuff that already exists, meshed it together, and then say, I wrote this song. Producers, I produced this song. It's like, first you got to go to God, and you got to study your craft. Hey, Steve. Yo, we gotta quit doing that, man. Because at the end of the day, here's the reason why, y'all. Is because there are people who are hungry and thirsty for messages that we're responsible for delivering. But if we're not in tune with who we've been called to be, we will miss the opportunity to minister because we are prioritizing the culture of old. And prioritizing the culture of old is going to keep us from ministering to the people we've been assigned to. And we can no longer be put in a position where we check off quartet boxes and miss influence and impact. We don't need to keep checking gig boxes. Checking gig boxes is not the wave. It's not the wave. And anybody who tells you that it is, they are either from the time where it was the wave, or they might be doing it for the wrong reasons. It is time for us to take a minute to say, hello, God. I know this is what I put together. But is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And if so, give me the words to say and put me before the people you have assigned me to, even if it means I won't be in Albany, even if it means I won't be in Augusta. Lord, I'll give up Augusta to minister to the people who you assign me to. Bro, you got to be willing to do that. You may not be booked on some anniversaries once you decide to do what you've been assigned to do. But here's the thing. God is going to make provisions for what he's anointed. God is going to create waves and ways that you or Quartet has never seen if you're following what he will have you to do. Even if it means you not one of them groups with the big group and then the 3 little groups and then the 4 littler groups and then the 5 littler groups and then the many more. You may not be on that flyer. But if you're doing what you've been called to do and you're speaking to the people who you're assigned to speak to, you may be on the flyer where it's just your group by itself. And you have to be okay with that to say yes to God. Saying yes to God has to be more important than being included in those packages. Because some packages you ain't supposed to be a part of. Some packages you ain't supposed to be a part of. And I think sometimes we miss our assignment trying to be on the package. And then when we get to the gig, we miss the opportunity to minister because busting a house is the priority. No, guys. No. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. If we want to see a revival, if we want to see fruit, if we want to be impactful, if we want to create business from our art and gifts, if we want to actually be able to make a living, no. Countries that respect the genre. Yes, Stephen. And Steve, let me talk to my brother. Steve is my brother. I've been knowing him since I was a child. We have done some of everything together, from revivals to choir fest to quartet gigs. Let me talk to Steve for a minute. Bro, I think we missed that. It's like, I don't know what it is, but we will ignore God for acceptance from people who don't like us. We will ignore God to get a clap from people who clap in our face. And as soon as we turn around, Man, they ain't sweet. So we ignore God for like fake people? That's disingenuous. You know you feel like I suck. Why are you pretending you like me? And I am ignoring God for that. Hey man, so and so said we killed Doc. You killed all right. You're dying. You and your group dying because y'all trying to kill. You're dying because you're trying to kill. And the people who telling you killing dead. Bro, we need a revival. We need a revival. Quartet is shifting. And the groups that are going to lead the charge are the ones that are willing to say yes to God, even if it means forfeiting the things of old. Even if it means not being on certain anniversaries. Even if it means not being a part of certain packages. And y'all, I'm doing everything that I can to do my part. I'm doing everything that I can to do my part, guys. Seriously, I'm doing everything I can to do my part. Because we have to have people in place that are willing to take on the challenge and the ones who have the minds and the hearts to point people in the right direction. Like, when people come to work with me, I'm going to challenge them on why they doing what they doing before we even make a song. Because if you can't answer that, we can't make no song. Because if you don't know who you are and why you doing what you doing, you ain't finna write no song that's impactful. Because you don't got nowhere to write it from. You have no place to come from. No place to come from. So it's like, as things start to unfold, and y'all will see, as things start to unfold, y'all will see me in sessions asking like therapy questions to artists and musicians and content creators, videographers. Like, what you doing here? What you doing here? What you doing here? And we have to be able to answer these questions, because if not, we're just going through the motions and we're not fruitful. And it's like, Steve, didn't God curse the tree that didn't produce fruit? Well, like a fig tree. Y'all help me now, because I ain't deep like that. But Steve, tell me if I'm right. Didn't God curse a fig tree for not producing? Y'all let me know if I'm right about that or not. I don't want to get cursed. Yeah, okay, I'm right. I don't want to get cursed from not producing fruit. Sure don't. I want to produce, man. And the crazy thing is, me being a producer of music is crazy, because the older I get, hey Andrea, what up? Curse that. And it withered, right? I don't want to be, as a producer, I don't even want to be in situations where I'm pushing my own agenda over God's agenda. Like, working with artists, working with musicians, like, hey man, what do you need? What is God saying to you? All right, now let's make this make sense. Hey, Bree Holly gang. Y'all, Bree Holly in the building. Y'all show us some love. Like, you got to be talking to God like, hey God, when I start working with people, I'm going to be like, what the Lord tell you? What you dealing with for real? Because we ain't finna just come in here. We ain't finna come in here and remix no Mississippi Mass choir song and act like we wrote it. Sure ain't. We ain't finna say what everybody been saying for the last 50 years with some fancy music and act like we done did something. Sure ain't. As a matter of fact, the music ain't gonna be busy at all. What we talking about? Hey Bree, I'm ready. I'm ready. Look at, I love that girl. It's like, hey man, how about we gonna play 3 chords instead of 20, and we're gonna say more words than 2. You are creating music. You have to be intentional, thoughtful. Exactly. 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 And here we go, Steve. Jarrell, what up, man? And here we go. Here we go, bro. In order to be intentional in the creating process, you have to be intentional in seeking God for what you're supposed to be doing. And that's the thing, like, you have to be good at what you have to have a relationship with God and be good at what you do. And you have to be in a room with people who are going to respect God and ministry and messaging over showcasing capabilities. I ain't auditioning to be accepted when I produce no record. Sure ain't. Matter of fact, you ain't even gonna know how good I play producing a record, cause the song gonna matter more to me. You don't listen. Hey, I'm saying, when we get in these sessions, hey, bro, what we doing? What's the point? What is the point? And that has to be where we are. Like in this next season, as we start to see the wave, we gotta be on some. All right, we going in the studio today. Let's pray. All right, what's going on in your life? Ooh, that's good. All right, let's say I'm in the studio. Let's say I'm in the studio with Steve and Bree. Let's say Bree sitting there. She got her girls with her. I got Steve in the studio. All right, Bree, what's been going on? Bree, talk to me. I've been dealing with this. I've been dealing with that. That's been really tough. Social media been kind of. I looked in the comments. Somebody said something. Ooh, that's the song. So we're going to tie your situation with social media in the comments with a song, because the negative response of people can like cause us to go into dark places. And then it's like, all right, Steve, play some chords, because Steve gonna automatically know what to play. All right, I'll start a click. All right, let's come up with a chorus. We come up with the chorus, and the chorus is gonna be something about whatever. Okay, saying yes to God. Okay, God, I want to do your will no matter what people's opinion of me is. And we tie that to the daggone comments or whatever, because we got to be relevant. We got to be smart, y'all. We got to be relevant. If social media is the wave, talking about stuff that's relevant to young people is smart if we want young people to listen. That's another thing. That's strategy. That's strategy. Y'all can't be making songs. All y'all songs can't be for people who ain't gonna be with us much longer. Not all of them. That's not respecting Quartet. Steve, we got to be in a position where we're like, all right. So let's go back to my scenario. I'm rambling. Go back to my scenario. I got Bree, got Steve. We begin to do no. We get a chorus going. Let's say her girl's in there. We get a tight chorus going. All right, let's lay a demo to the chorus. Steve, lay them chords to a metronome. All right, girls, y'all go in there, just sing that chorus. I'm going to cut and paste it. Then I'm going to sit with Bree, and we're going to unpack the feelings that she's getting. The real feelings. We're not going to spiritual bypass, and we're not going to lie. Because sometimes, although we love the Lord, what people say really do hurt. And if I feel that way, guess how many other people feel that way? Millions. And don't you think that song would be more impactful than Paul and Silas? Don't you think that will pierce more than Ain't He Alright? We know he alright, but today I seen a comment on my IG and I ain't feeling it. The session is in my calling card. Right. Oh man. Boy, family is up in here heavy. Steve, that's your daddy, ain't it? The legendary Stevie Pender is in here. Hey, well, you right, man. It's like we have to get to the place where we're like intentional beyond our abilities and capabilities. I think we've gotten to a place where we create from a Trey, what up? We create from a able place skill wise, but we don't create from an able place what God is able to do with our truth. Woo! Y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all hear what I'm saying? God, beyond what I'm able to do, show the world through me what you're able to do. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be wise. I'm not going to OD on chords just because I know how to play them. I'm not fitting the yellow jackets, all this music, and then come in and say Jesus on the vamp. That's a whole lot of music and no lyrical substance. That's a whole lot of music and no lyrical substance. That's a whole lot of music and no lyrical substance. And I don't think we understand that lack of purpose and intentionality and fasting and praying and warring and saying yes to God. I don't think we realize that when we go in the studio or we cut records with little to no thought, effort, intentionality, authenticity, y'all don't realize that's why people ain't showing up. I don't think we correlate us not being authentic with low ticket sales and low streams. Why people don't listen to me? Because there ain't nothing to listen to. And the people that do listen, they just like busy music. And they just want to feel good while they driving to work. Or they your cousin. So they were going to listen to it anyway. Exactly, Haywood. It's like, yo, we got to be actually building something that people need. It's just like in business, bro. It's just like in business. Like, when the pandemic hit, businesses that were selling masks, boy, business was booming. Why? Because the whole world need masks during the pandemic. You got to ask God, it's like, what do your people need? What do your people need? Even if it means me being brave enough to be honest about things that I thought I would never say. That's another thing. A lot of cliche songs come from artists not being brave enough to tell their truth, to tell their story. So they just say stuff that's already been said because it's easier than keeping it real. It's like, hey man, I don't want to tell people that. So I'm going to just say Job was sick for so long, flesh fell from his bones. And then my chorus going to be, but he made a way for me. Right in the nick of time, bo-bo-do, he made a way for me. Paul and Silas were locked down in jail. They had no one to go their bail. One sung a song, the other prayed a prayer. Come on, man! We know the story! What's your story? What's your story? I'm sick of it. Hey, just because y'all sprinkle some bells and some omnisphere on it, don't make it no different. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You just put some bells on it. You put a synthesizer on it. Made a fancy Aaron Lindsay intro. But it's still the same thing. Y'all, what's your story? We know about Job and Paul and Silas and the 3 Hebrew boys. We know that he'll make everything all right. We know his name is Jesus. Y'all don't got to sing that on no more vamps. We know his name. What's your name? What's your story? What have you been through? What have you survived? What has God shown you? And how can that help other people? Like, tell your story. Tell your story, bro. Tell your story. Get in writing sessions. Get in rehearsals. And y'all just say, hey, today in rehearsal, we ain't practicing for no gig. We're going to spend 30 minutes walking around here praying. And then we're going to take an hour and we're going to sit down and try to write us a song. We've been hearing the same 7 songs all about. We got to sit down. We got to sit down and say, all right, y'all. You got your keyboard player in there. All right, play me a progression of chord. Play me a combination of chords that you've never played in a sequence before, and let me hear what that sound like. Let's play a combination of 3 or 4 chords that you haven't played in a sequence. Just mix it up. Start in places that are opposite than what you would normally do. Know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Yeah. And when you do get ready to tell the Bible stories, don't just cliche tell the Bible stories. Read the Bible stories and see how your life correlates with it and come up with innovative ways to say things we've already heard before. Because there are ways to say things that have been said in ways that they have never been said. And that's where skill and craft and study come in. Rhyme patterns, melodies. Don't just run through the song. Just like, all right, what's the melody? What's the cadence? What's the pace? What's the verse versus the pre versus the chorus? What part should be simple? What part should be complex? In the background, what part should be harmony? What parts should be unison? Map out these songs, man. But yeah, man, I'm telling y'all, these are the type of things that are going to happen. These are the type of conversations that are going to be had. Yes, a special. Yes, Steve. These are the type of things that are only going to be that as we begin to build, especially with the community. And y'all join the community too. I forgot about that. Hold on. People who didn't know, we're starting a community for Quartet lovers, for the Quartet fans. The objective of the community is to galvanize all Quartet lovers, creatives, artists, producers together, donating $25 a month, using that money to fund songs and production being produced and delivered on a high level without people I have a lot of friends and I have a lot of peers who are very tired of loving Quartet and not being taken care of. I have a lot of friends and a lot of peers and a lot of contemporaries who love the art form and they love to do the work, but they are tired of the business not being good. So I want to create a community where we can learn together, grow together, and pay these people what they worth. Hey, well, thank you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got to be able to pay these people like, and it's very very clear to me that in order for us to mm, experience something we've never experienced, we got to do things we've never done. So it's like I'm on the front lines, man. Like Haywood said, like we were literally raised in this. Haywood is Quartet royalty, literally. So it's our responsibility. I'm taking on the responsibility. I mean, to bring everybody together, man. And it's gonna be a slow process, but as things begin to unfold, we're gonna make it do what it do, and changing lives and impacting people through honest stories, leading people to God through our truth, not regurgitated messages, not warmed over cliche phrases, not overproduced music, just, you know, great art from a great place and being able to pay people. Like, like some of my friends, they get upset with me. I haven't produced records in a long time. And let me tell you why I haven't produced records in a long time. Because I don't feel comfortable. Okay, I'm going to keep it real. Let me sit up. Let's talk about it. I don't feel comfortable continuing to ask my friends to do me favors because the budgets are small. Artists, the reason this community is so important is because the objective is to position everybody who's rocking with the community, all the artists that we're going to work with. It's step one of changing the narrative so that as we continue to grow and shift, artists are put in positions to have better careers. And if you have a better career and you have a bigger fan base and you're creating opportunities for yourself outside of the traditional ways of gigging, you'll have more resources and finances. So it's like this, it's a trickle down effect. We start with the community, we all come together. The community will empower the creatives and the artists. Everybody gonna raise up. Then the value of everybody is gonna change. And then even outside of the community, when Quartet is working and you got a keyboard player over here, drum over here, all of us are going to be able to be in a position where business can be better. And I won't have to ask my homies to do me a favor because the budget low. That can't be the initial call every time it's time to get a record done. Hey man, well, you know they only got so and so amount, man. I know you charge this per track, but can you do it for this? I ain't comfortable. I ain't comfortable continuing because it's like they got families. And when we make records, we put time into it. So it's disrespectful for me to ask you to do it for this rate when I know what it takes to make sure the record is good. So I just say no. So instead of having to continue to say no, I was just like, when I posted that status and y'all told me to work with as many people possible, like I went to God and I was like, hey man, what can we do? like, hey man, create a community where the community funds the projects. That way you don't have to compromise quality to get records done. And then it's up to the community who loves the genre and the culture to stand behind the creatives who they support. So all I can do is put it out there and hope and believe and trust and pray that y'all are with me and us. Because there's so many of us. Steve, Haywood, Antoine, Marcus that was in here, Bree Holly, who was in here earlier. I want to be able to work with Bree. And if we say, Bree, this song need live horns, I don't want the whole budget. I don't want all the rest of the musicians to have to get $0 for that song for us to afford the live horns. If we say we don't want keyboard horns on here, we want to get Phil Lassiter. If Phil Lassiter costs $1,500, that means the budget for the song would have to be more than $1,500. You see what I'm saying? So in order to present like a different level of production, we got to have a budget that can pay for it. You know what I'm saying? Nene, thank you. Haywood. Hey, fellas. We're going to have to take an L on this one so we can get strings. So we all got to get $0 because the whole single budget got to go to the strings. And we ain't even got the song mixed. We ain't got the song mixed or mastered. And the whole single budget going to strings. So that's why you be hearing keyboard horns and keyboard strings, y'all. Because the horn players and orchestra cost more than the whole budget for the song. I'm going to keep it real so y'all can understand the value and importance of subscribing to the community. Those are real numbers, by the way. I didn't just make that number up. So if you only got $300 for a song, how you gonna have a quality drummer, a quality bass player, a quality guitar player, a quality keyboard player, some horns and strings that ain't keyboard, a mix and a master, and however many studio sessions it take to record that song? Everybody got to get paid $10 a piece for that to work. Right. Oh, that's another thing I want to say too, yo. I was going to post this earlier. So to all the Quartet groups that's listening to this now and who will hear this later, and y'all bear with me while I explain this. If you do have limited resources, it is wiser to work on a single and then push that single as hard as you can. Social media marketing, ads, local radio. When I say ads, like make a video on TikTok or Facebook. Make multiple videos. Make one video a day. The one that goes bananas bukus viral. Put money behind that. Go to your local radio stations. It's better to do that for one song than it is to do 10 songs that you can't promote. Because a graphic that say download or stream, that's not promotion, y'all. A graphic that say album out now is not promotion. That is actually going to get little engagement because you selling. Like I got a link for the community in here. So it's by the grace of God that all y'all in here. Because social media don't like selling. Because they want you to stay on their platform. So it's better to do a single and put all your heart's energy into pushing that single than it is to spread your limited resources across 10 songs and then put up an out now poster. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Especially, okay, can I be honest? Especially if only 1 out of the 10 songs is good anyway. So the money you spent on 10 songs, it's better for you to spend all that money on the production, promotion, and marketing of the one song that's good. You know what I'm saying? And available now is not promotion and marketing. A graphic that say out now is not promotion and marketing. Let me tell you what promotion and marketing is. Promotion and marketing is you put out a single today and it's Saturday and your group is on the way from South Carolina to Georgia to go do somebody's anniversary. Marketing and promotion is making a video of y'all in the van singing the chorus to that song and posting it online. Marketing and promotion is when you get to the venue, get there early enough to meet and greet with your fans, give them free t-shirts, tell them to take selfies with the shirts on, and tag your group in it. Marketing and promotion is when you go to rehearsal and you say, all right, board player, the single just came out, play the chords, and then we just gonna sing it. We just gonna freestyle and we just gonna vibe. No rules, we just gonna chill and sing the song and post that. You gotta make content that creates engagement. Not a stream today graphic. That ain't gonna cut it. These other artists and these other ethnicities are whooping us because the only thing we do when we got a song or album out is post a graphic. Dang, we can't do that, man. Go out. Okay, let's say you from Macon, Georgia. Your group from Macon, Georgia. You and your group need to go stand in front of the Welcome to Macon sign and sing your song. The most popular restaurant in Macon, y'all need to ask them to go do a pop-up concert in their restaurant for free and live stream it. And make sure y'all give away merch to the customers and wear the merch with the song title on it. And boom. Pay for the first 20 people food who come in there. Boy, that's marketing and promotion. It is not a out now graphic. A stream today graphic is not marketing and promotion. Exactly, bro. If you get engagement, they will marry your music. Engagement is what you want. You want people in the comments. You want people liking. You want people sharing. You want people saying, oh my God, I heard this song and it changed my life. They were singing the chorus in the van and the authenticity of it just was, woo. That's what you want. That's what you want, man. You know what I'm saying, y'all? You know what I'm saying, man? My fault. I was checking. But yo, I gotta get up out of here, y'all. But I love y'all. And the graphic can't be Steve, I love y'all. Steve, I love you, man. I'm out of here, y'all. Let me go. But yeah, there's a shift happening, and the artists that are going to lead the charge are the ones that are brave enough to be like, you know what? I know what was. I know what has always been, but I ain't on that. God, what do you want me to do? What do you have me to say? Who are the people you're assigning me to? Like, all the way down to how old they are, how they dress, where they hang out. You need to know all of that, man. But I'm out, y'all. Peace.